Hello, my name is Laura Mucha and I'm a poet. And on 10 a.m, 3rd of October, National Poetry Day, I'm going to co-write a poem with 60 to 100,000 children and young people and try to break the Guinness World Records title for largest poetry lesson, multiple venues. And I need your help. In this video, I'm going to start by talking you through the creative aspect of the project and then the logistics. To break the record, we need to prove to Guinness World Records that your students took part. So, the creative side. The creative side, exploring what counts. Schools across the country have used teaching resources I created to help them come up with ideas about what they're counting and what they think counts or matters in life. They've shared these with me. I've read them all and turned them into a rough draft of a poem, which I will share on National Poetry Day, 3rd of October, when we try to break a Guinness World Records title. Then we will delve into the questions. What should go in and what should go out? What should move to where? What should be added? And which of the multiple options are the best? Each time there's a question, I'll ask your students to vote by using an online poll. And we will see in real time how students across the country think the poem should shape up. And it's the students that will decide. Even if I disagree with their choice, it's their decision that counts. We'll finish the poem, perform it together in a giant multi-school performance, and then after the lesson, the poem will be displayed on the Poetry Archive, as well as billboards across the country. That's the creative part. Now on to record-breaking logistics. The Guinness World Records aspect, every child counts. When so much of life and education is about achievement, in this project it's the taking part that counts. Every young person counts. Guinness World Records have strict evidence requirements that you have to comply with if you want your students to be counted, and I'm going to talk you through them. I've also created a to-do list of the things you need to do at the bottom of this video. If possible, all students should watch the lesson in the same place, a classroom or assembly hall, for example. Doing this makes everything a lot simpler. You can still take part if that's not doable, but only one place will be able to count towards the Guinness World Records break. The head teacher or deputy head must watch both the lesson and students coming in to wherever they'll be watching it. The Guinness World Records aspect, how to make children count. Please ask students to use the loo before the lesson. If they leave to go to the loo or for any other reason once it starts, they cannot count towards the world record. They are disqualified. Brutal, I know, but I did not make these rules. Please use a register to count your students as they come into wherever they'll be watching the lesson. And please film this happening for 30 seconds. This is a Guinness World Records requirement, basically to make sure that we're not making up the numbers or faking the record break. I will remind you to do this once the lesson starts. Anyone that isn't watching the lesson by 10:14 latest won't be counted. And at 10:15, I'll ask you to go to the back of the class and assembly hall and take a photo and a 30-second film of the space, including entrances and exits, and the backs of the heads of students watching the lesson. This is another Guinness World Records requirement. Again, basically to make sure we're not faking this. I will remind you to do this in the middle of the lesson if you haven't done so already. The official Guinness World Records part of the lesson will end at 10:50 a.m. The Guinness World Records aspect, after the lesson, submitting evidence. Once the lesson ends, it is really, really, really important that each class teacher fills out a brief Google form to confirm how many students in their class took part. One class teacher can do this on behalf of up to 50 students maximum. The head teacher or deputy head also needs to complete a short, separate online form to confirm how many from the school took part in total. Please upload the video of your students being counted as they come in, plus the photo and video of them taking part. Any class teacher, head or deputy head teacher can do this. The links are at the bottom of this video and in the online forms I just mentioned. These are the evidence requirements of Guinness World Records. They can't be changed, and they are there to show that we're not making it up. Your school and students cannot be counted without them. Don't worry, this video is nearly over. If you're still watching this, thank you. I appreciate the evidence requirements are a lot. But doing all of this will turn your students into participants in a Guinness World Records title break. They and your school will be able to buy an official personalised Guinness World Records certificate of participation, and they will also receive a letter from me thanking them for taking part. But if the evidence requirements are too much, you can still attend the lesson without submitting this evidence. Your students won't, however, be counted towards the Guinness World Records largest poetry lesson, multi-venue. That's all from me. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for complying with all the requirements, and I really look forward to attempting a Guinness World Records title break with you. Get in touch with me if you have any questions, and let's smash this record.